my scrapbooking subscribers. And if you are not a scrapbooker and you just subscribe to me because you like to hear me ramble, hello to you too. All right, I'm doing an 8.5 by 11 layout today. This is for Memory Lane Scrapbook Store. I will link up the store in the comments below. And this is using the gorgeous new Maggie Holmes Flourish collection. What you see off to the side is my journaling for this layout, and I am using this peacock paper. I had to. Oh, this peacock paper, you guys, it's so gorgeous. I don't know how I would use it if it was a 12 by 12 paper, but as a 6 by 6, it is totally usable. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting along the back of that peacock, and I'm going to shove my photo in there. And that photo is of me. So now I want to use a 6 by 8 sheet of paper to kind of go across the back of the photo and overlap that 6 by 6. I couldn't decide between these two papers, but I opted to go for the busier pattern because I felt like you couldn't see what the other pattern was. So that was the one I chose to go with. And I'm just going to go ahead and take the branding strip off of this and then give it a little tear, which was totally unnecessary because in the end I ended up covering all of that tear up. But, you know, I didn't know that at this point. So I like how that looks. I like all the colors and how it goes with that peacock. Oh, that peacock, he's so pretty. And so there's going to be a little bit of like a bird kind of thing going on here with this layout, but you'll see in a minute. So yes, I love that. And now I'm going to go ahead and add some leaves off to the side, although I end up losing this bottom leaf. It ended up like under my scrapbook desk at some point, and then I couldn't find it, and I just gave up on it and found it later, but that's okay because I honestly think that what I replaced it with is better than that leaf. So I'm going to use this little, I don't know what this is. Is it a quail? If you're 100% sure you know what that bird is, let me know. I almost want to say it's a pheasant. It looks very familiar. I know I've seen that bird before. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mark off where my photo and where those back papers are going to go, and I'm going to set all of that off to the side. This paper that I cut down was Vicki Boutin mixed media paper, and I love it, but I don't love it for 12 by 12 layouts because the way the paper pad is designed. But to cut down for an 8.5 by 11 layout, it's perfect. So I'm watercoloring everywhere. So I don't do the packaging technique. I don't know why, guys. I don't have a reason. I like to put my watercolor down where I want it using a water brush. It's just like my thing. And then I like to dab it up. So I'm going to have tons and tons and tons of fun with watercolor on this background. I know I want to use all the 4 colors that are in that pattern paper. And then I start doing drips. And I love that look. I love how those drips turned out. And then I want more drips and more splatters and more fun goodness on this page. The watercolors that I am using are Kuretake watercolors. They're my favorite watercolors. I know there's lots of brands out there. This is my personal go-to, love it favorite. And so you see all the drips. It gets better. There are more drips. I don't know what I was doing there. I think what I was trying to do was trying to just get water on the paper, but then the water came out pink, and I didn't want to use pink. I wanted to use blue. So I just dabbed it off, and you don't even notice in the end. So I want these colors to be able to kind of flow together, but not create mud. So you'll notice that I have my green and my yellow together, and I'm going to let my purple and my pink flow together and make, or not my purple, my blue and my pink flow together to make purple. That's what I meant to say. And so here's that blue, and you can see how I'm just getting my paper wet, and then I'm going to continue to drop like more water. Look how awesome that is. Oh, I love that. I love that look. That's the best thing ever. I love when you get the paper like nice and wet, and then you just slop the color on and it just goes and flows everywhere. And you can see how it's flowing down the other end with the purple. And even though I end up covering up like 90% of this, it was still so fun to make, you guys. So fun. I love watercolors. I really, really, really do. I will say I love them more than even the little shimmer spots of paint. And that's saying something. They're so fun to play with like this. So I'm doing some like reverse drips kind of. So this will be like the top of my page. So then the drips will like go up. So neat. I love this look and I love this background. I think it turned out fabulous. And this isn't something I do all the time. And this isn't something that I want to do all the time. But every so often now and then, it's just fun to pull out the watercolors and have a nice play. So I'm happy with that. I think it's a little bright though. So what I'm going to do is before everything completely dries, I'm just going to go and grab some paper towels and kind of pull up just a little of that color. And then it'll be more like a watercolor look and less vibrant. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue it down. Anything that I'm gluing down to the watercolor paper, the Vicky Bouton mixed media paper, it's not watercolor paper. Anything I glue straight to the paper is going to go on with Scotch Quick Dry adhesive. But if I'm just gluing paper to paper, then I'm going to use just my Tombow Mono tape runner because I think that works about the best. So I think these colors turned out amazing. This layout is just, it turned out exactly how it was in my head. So my photo is black and white because I don't add too much color. I don't add too much, like I feel like it contrasts with the color. And now I'm going to go ahead and work on that cluster to the right of the layout. And I'm going to add those leaves so that when you look at this layout, the colors really kind of blend together. So the embellishments blend into the papers and the papers blend into the backgrounds and everything looks so nice at the end. And I think that is a fabulous reason to say that it's a good idea to scrapbook with all products from All One Collection. So this is where I figure out that I'm missing a set of leaves, but I see this bird on the sticker sheet and I decide that he fits perfectly down in that corner and I can pop him up with some pop dots. And I just love these little birds. I love how I was able to use 3 of them and how they all seem to be looking up at my photo. Like I just think that was a happy accident, but so, so cute. And so that's going to be where they stay. I am going to use some of that Scotch Quick Dry on that vellum piece. And I just think everything just blends. The colors and it worked out really, really nice. So these are going to be my journaling strips. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut them all down. And they're going to go down the left side of my page. And so I cut a lot of this out because it's just very, very tedious. So what this is this is going to be like a favorites page. This is going to talk about all of the things I'm currently loving, all the things I currently like. I do a page for my children just about every year that contains these same types of questions. And I only do one for me every couple of years. So I'm 39 and I think the last one I did was like 35 or something. And so I thought this collection was like the perfect colors and design and I could make this page really be very much I don't know, like a Sara page, for lack of a better word. I don't know how else to describe it. So I'm just going to cut all of this type journaling strips down, and then I'm going to trim them up and place them right here. And I pulled out the Distress Oxide and Faded Jean that I had got from the Memory Lane scrap shop. And I'm going to give all of these strips some ink around the edges. I just think it kind of incorporates them a little bit better. And then I'm just going to use that Scotch tacky glue and adhere all of the strips down where I want them. So the last thing I want to do here is I have all this pink on the left, and then up in that right corner, everything's really dark. I don't have any more of that light, pretty pink, and I feel like it's really unbalanced. So I'm going to grab that sticker, but I don't think that that's enough pink. So I'm going to go into the ephemera pack that has all the flowers in it, and I'm going to pull that peachy pink flower out, and I'm going to tuck that underneath, and that's going to bring in that pop of pink that I feel really helps to make the layout flow. You don't have that like crazy dark corner off to the right now, and the colors seem a little bit more balanced and a little more spaced apart. And that is where I am going to stop this layout. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please make sure you head over to the Memory Lane Scrap Shop and get yourself some of these gorgeous Flourish products. I know she got another shipment in, and I think there's some more products in the shop now that she didn't have when she sent me my guest design package. So there's lots of new things. Be sure to head over and check them out. You don't want to miss out on this collection. It is so pretty. You can also use my code Sara20, which will get you a discount on your order. So that's really nice, a nice discount on a brand new collection. I will be back early next week with another layout using this collection, and the next layout I'm going to do is going to be a boy layout. So have a fabulous day, have a fabulous weekend, everyone, and I will see you all again next week. Bye!